Welcome back. Listen, we all know that getting enough sleep is so important for so many reasons, for self-care first and foremost, but also just to be able to function well for our day-to-day activities. But for a lot of people, having trouble sleeping, well, counting sheep is just not going to cut it. So let's clean up all of our sleeping habits and get some good ones in place during this pandemic, especially. Welcoming back to the show, she is, of course, the founder of Junky Yoga Studio, Rachelle Wintzen is back. Hello, Rachelle.
Hi.
Rachelle, we know that there are so many benefits for doing yoga in life, but why do you suggest that we try yoga before bed to improve our sleep?
Yeah, and oftentimes trouble sleeping comes from a racing mind, a stressed out nervous system, especially now when anxiety, uncertainty, and stress are at an all-time high. So these poses that I'm going to show you today are going to tap into your parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest mode. And these poses are going to help to calm the body, calm the mind, putting us in that restful state, getting ourselves ready for a deep sleep. And the best part is you can ditch the yoga mat and do these poses right in the comfort of your own bed and then hopefully fall right asleep.
Is there anything more that we can do, Rochelle, to really prepare ourselves for this nighttime practice?
Yes, I am a huge believer in setting the mood, set the tone, get into bed, and then use some calming essential oils. So something like a lavender would be really nice. And then I massage it right into my wrist points or my temples, right in my shoulders, my neck. And then what I love to do to get really calm, especially on days when my mind is kind of really going, I sit in bed, put the oil in my hands, rub it together, and then just take a really big breath in and then big breath out. And then I just repeat that breathing exercise, really simple, until I start to feel really calm and relaxed. And then I begin the poses.
This sounds really, really good, Rochelle. So let's get into the poses. First up, the cat-cow pose, and you're going to demonstrate these poses for us today. But describe how this will benefit us before we go to bed.
Yeah, so cat-cow is just a really nice, gentle movement that you can give to the body before settling into rest. And it's just really nice to relax the muscles around the spine. I kind of call it like a spinal massage. And so when we get into cat-cow, it's just nice to kind of open up the body, release any tension that we've built up during the day, and help our body start to unwind. You're going to come into a tabletop shape. So that means your hips are stacked over your knees, your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, and then you spread your fingers nice and wide. On an inhale breath, we open up through the chest. It's like arching the back. Your belly will drop, your tailbone, your sit bones will tilt up. And then as you exhale, you round your body, pull the belly in, and make this big C shape into the spine. That's your cat back. So think of a scared cat. And then again, on the inhale, we come into cow pose. We open up the chest, heart comes forward, our spine arches. And then again, exhale, we round. And you just move through those two motions at the pace of your own breath, nice and slow.
So let's move on to the next pose, which is child's pose. It's super, super relaxing. So take us through that one and also its benefits.
Sure. So starting with the benefits, so child's pose is just a really, really calming, relaxing pose. It's really gentle in the body that kind of signals our nervous system it's okay to relax, it's okay to decompress, and just kind of quiet your mind, quiet your body, and just start to come into that stillness. The way we do this pose, there's lots of different options. You can bring your big toes together, knees go wide apart, and then you just let your belly sink between the thighs, and then just let your torso relax, release. And you can extend your arms right in front of you. And that's just the super basic. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more luxe, you can take a couple pillows from your bed and then just rest your torso onto the pillows. If you've got sensitive knees, you can take the pillow and bring it onto the back of the knees just for a little bit of support and just make it a little bit more plush. And then just let your body rest there for a few moments, however long you need. There's no rush.
I feel relaxed already. This is great. Although a lot of us are at home, it seems, Rochelle, that we're busier than ever. And that means being on our feet all day, and that can get really exhausting. I'm wondering if your next pose will help with that. It's called legs up the wall.
Yes, this is one of my favorite poses and great reset. And some of the benefits of this is that it's amazing for increasing circulation. It's a gentle inversion, so it reverses the flow of blood. And it's also great for lymphatic drainage. And if we're on our feet all day, we really want that lymphatic drainage. It's so healing and therapeutic for our bodies. You're going to lie on your side and you're going to bring your bum right up against a headboard or the wall. And then you're going to slowly just roll onto your back and your legs will come right up, resting onto the headboard or the wall. So you're in a 90-degree angle, your back is flat onto your bed and your legs are just right up. And then you just can cactus the arms, which will allow your chest, your shoulders to relax and open, and you just let yourself rest there.
What is not relaxing is the fact that a lot of people who are working from home have just sort of like slapped together an office, which is usually the dining table and a terrible chair, but you have a figure 4 pose, which can really help to counteract some of the effects of that. So what is that and what are the benefits?
Yeah, so a lot of us are sitting a lot more, or we're really, like you said, in these uncomfortable desks or seated shapes for long periods of time. So this is really good to counteract that. So what you're going to do is in your bed, you're going to come about a foot away from the wall or the headboard, and you're going to bring one foot pressed flat onto the wall, and then the opposite ankle will just rest onto the knee that's on the wall. So creating this figure 4 shape. And then you can just let your hands work to open up whatever leg is bent. So if you're working with the right leg, just pressing the right knee open gently, just starting to open up the hip, and you'll start to feel the stretch into the glute.
Up next, Rachelle, you have something called gentle twist with a pillow. That sounds lovely. What does this pose work?
Yes, it is a lovely pose. So basically what you're going to do is just allow your body to relax in this pose. It's great to decompress the spine, especially this is a great one to add on if you've been sitting a lot. It just helps to open up the body, release built up tension, and really soothing to the nervous system. You're going to lie onto your right or left side. You're going to do both sides of the body. You can take a pillow and bring it right in between the legs. And then you want to have the hips stacked and the knees stacked. And then you just let the knees fall to one side. You can let the chest, the shoulders open up. And this is also really nice to help stretch and open the chest, the shoulders. So it's just a really good pose to let the body unwind, decompress.
For our next pose, we can actually stay on our backs. It's called the reclining bound angle. What is that pose about?
This pose is just one of those really great poses that really lets you kind of let go of the day. So it's one of the poses I recommend just before you're about to go to sleep. You're laying flat on your back, fold your feet together, and just let your knees fall open and make a diamond shape. Now, if you've got really tight hips or hip flexors and you want to make this a little bit more restorative, you can take a pillow and bring it right under your knees. And then you just let your arms just open up by your sides, or you can bring your hands to your belly and then just allow your body just to really sink into your mattress.
And lastly, before a good night's rest, you have a pose called Savasana. Am I saying it correctly?
Shavasana.
Shavasana. There you go.
Yes.
Even the name sounds therapeutic. Tell us about this pose.
This pose is what we call one of the most important, if not the most important pose in yoga. And it's this pose that allows us to really rest. But the key to this is giving yourself permission. And I think especially now we have so much guilt around maybe not doing enough, or just, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of worry. So this pose really is just so important to give yourself permission that it's okay to slow down. It's okay just to fully let your body rest. All you're going to do is super simple. You're just going to lay flat on your back, let your legs go wide, let your arms go wide. Think of making like a snow angel shape and just let your body relax.
I can hope for everyone watching that we're going to have a far better sleep tonight if we try all of these poses. Rachelle, thank you so much for bringing them to us. We really appreciate it. And we'll be right back after this.